Good night, good evening, and good morning.
What's up, y'all? We are the Real McCoys, and we always here to keep it real with you and show you the real story of what's going on in our life. So let's talk about this alleged closing tomorrow.
Wow. How many days it's been?
Way
Or
too many days.
months? Man, I lost track. To be honest with you, it's been about almost 5 months, going on 6 months. Be honest with you, but we're finally almost. I don't want to say finally because the last video we did, we was like, finally we here, and it's fast forward to 2 months, and we're still in the situation. So I would say this: the good Lord puts on the spirit people to let us close tomorrow.
The spirit people.
Then we will close tomorrow because we crossed our T's and we dotted our I's. Okay? I don't know what else they could think of, these buyers, to that they would try to get out the deal or try to delay the deal for whatever reason, which we'll talk about on our next episode. But for that part, I'm thinking positive, right? So the positive part is we might be closing tomorrow.
Right. So it should be so exciting. I'm very excited because this is meaning that we're going to be able to take our next step into what we're going to do as far as our investments and us building our wealth. We've been talking about a lot of different things, which we'll share with y'all when that time comes. But I really want to get into more building and renovations, of course, investments and things like that. But our whole thing here is we want to share with y'all our journey and our story because, like, we've already been through so much.
A lot.
And we started thinking like we can't be the only ones, right? So we want to build community with you guys. So if you're here and you're liking what you have been watching, please like
and share.
subscribe, share with your family. And let's get into the latest thing that we learned in this deal, right?
Yeah, I won't get into that, but I just want to say that we really coming close to this ending table, to the closing day. And I'm just really ecstatic. Like, finally, like, we're closing. Like, we've closed on deals before, but this deal right here is kind of special because it just took so much from us and it tested our patience. And if you're in real estate or any type of business, you will always think that selling is easy than buying, right? But to me, it's vice versa because with the selling part, you have to put everything up front. What I mean by putting up front, though, you have to have your contracts in the beginning to know and so you can expect what's coming at the end. And like one part that we've learned is
Well, my tip for you guys is when you are closing on any house, buying or selling, make sure you go over that settlement statement line by line.
yes,
I hate to admit this, but it wasn't until this transaction that I actually took the time to go over my statement line by line.
what made you go over it line by line?
Well, because it was money coming into my pocket versus like money I was spending. I think my brain was like, this is money in my pocket. So I want to make sure that these sellers are not finessing in any sort of way because we've had lots of problems with them as far as them being on the up and up. Now, of course, let them tell it. They were just amazing and we held things up and it was all our fault, right? It's like the true story of, what is it? You got her side, his side, and the truth.
Yeah.
Like, it's the buyer side, the seller side, and then the truth, which is still our side. Because, child,
Right. Well,
anybody witnessing what we've been going through, they'd be like, okay, yeah, these people are crazy. Okay, so yes, you always want to make sure you look at the settlement statement. So when we purchased our houses, the first two, I looked at the settlement statement, but I can truly say, like, we always, or at least me especially, I'm always preoccupied. My brain is not really focusing on what I'm doing at the moment because I'm always thinking about what's happening next or the noise from life and work and whatever else. And so, but this time, because these particular buyers were so particular and so trying to like finesse every little bit of the deal they could, I was like, I got to make sure that they're not doing anything they shouldn't be doing. And so he and I reviewed the statement, and sure enough, somehow the deposit monies and the rentals that was due to them was wrong, which I'm like, how in the world, who somehow accidentally doubled like the rent that was for the third apartment, which is the one in question with the furniture that was fully furnished and them trying to get us moved out of there. But we're going to again get into that later.
that's another series.
That's a whole other story. So basically, like, that was all wrong. The second floor apartment had actually had the right number, and then they actually had that we were supposed to pay them money for the first floor apartment, which was actually vacant.
It's
And I was
vacant.
like, it's vacant. So I can't put it all on them and say they had their hand in it, but I will say at this point in time, like he mentioned, the last story we heard was the buyer is not dealing with a lawyer like that no more, and she's still with the title company. So with that said, I can see a
It
scenario.
looks suspicious.
Right.
It
I
looks
could see
real
a scenario in
suspicious.
which she was like, hey, this is what the number should be. Hoping nobody caught it. Right.
Right.
So we caught it. Someone made the error and we caught it because they was ready for us to sign that settlement statement and go on with the money. And I'm like, nope. And so basically, we were able to go ahead and get that figured out. And then also, one thing you guys to keep an eye out for is, they will keep money in escrow if you have bills or things that are unresolved. So that doesn't have to stop your closing, but it can stop how much money you get. It can impact it, right? So how
Right.
much were they trying to keep from us?
They were trying to keep $18,000 from us. Okay.
Yeah, so they were trying to keep double the amount of money in escrow. Because we had a second lien mortgage, was a partial claim during COVID. Because we all know, y'all, during COVID, people wasn't paying rent, people was getting laid off, people wasn't working,
Right.
and so we were not getting rent from one of our tenants for how long that girl didn't pay us? Like,
Almost 2 years.
yeah. So at some point, it caught up with us, and we did like a COVID restructuring, whatever that got put on the back of the loan.
It was a COVID loan. That loan helped us through that moment during COVID when nobody was. Well, actually, when the government had a mandate on tenants paying rent. So that mandated, it kind of hurted us, but then we got the loan from the. We refinanced into a loan. We refinanced our property. So that helped us out a lot. So
Yeah. So if anyone out there selling their property and they got one of those and they're trying to track down the information, I got it all for you because we had to. It took me like
2 weeks.
like almost 2 weeks, right, to figure it out. But apparently, you can get all this online. But you have to know first of all what to do.
Well, we tried to get it online, and the website we went to it just wasn't giving you the proper information. Then we called our paralegal, which is a wonderful lady though, but she just didn't know the information or how to gather the information though. So finally, after some more research, we finally found out, which was real simple in the end game, but you have to go to a website and
Right. So you go to HUD.gov.
HUD, there you go, HUD.
Yep, HUD.gov, and you put in partial claim in the search bar. And then you should see something comes up that says like partial claim portal or some sort of portal of some sort. Click on the portal and there you go. Create a profile. So within like 30 minutes, I had our payoff for our second lien mortgage that came from COVID that I could not find and no one knew how to tell me how to find it.
Right.
But we're in New Jersey, and so it was the woman from the DCA who I reached out to her. No, it wasn't DCA. It was like New Jersey Housing something, one of these acronyms. And it was not them. And she said, this sounds like a FHA HUD situation. I was like, actually, yes, it is, because I have an FHA loan. And so she led me in the right direction, gave me the right keywords. This is where keywords are important. That is what was able to help me find it. So I would have never figured it out on my own. So thank God I was connected with someone who knew what they were talking about, which was great. And so now when we go to closing tomorrow, they don't got to keep twice the amount because also it's a non-interest bearing loan. So the exact amount we owe is exactly what's going to get paid. It did not grow, which is a great thing. So,
and that's why it's so important for you to read over your documents. Don't think your lawyer's going to look out for you because they'll miss stuff. Don't think that your real estate agent is going to look out for you because they're going to miss some details. The paralegal's going to miss details. It's up to you individuals or your partner, whoever you're with, though, to always look over every document. See, one thing we could do too that we learned, you could put this information, you upload the documents to ChatGPT and prompt it the way you want to prompt it, and it will give you all the details that you should ask, and then it will give you the numbers that you should that you're looking for, and that's what we did too. So we use AI in real estate. It's the times is changing, and it worked out for us though. Thank God, because you're talking about almost $20,000 that they was going to keep in escrow until we figured this out, though. And, at this time and age,
Well, I was almost $20,000. Where you get that from? But that
yeah,
right is 18. It's close
yeah,
to
we
20.
rounding up. I'd rather
Yeah,
round up than down, but
yeah.
almost
That's way too
$20,000. It's a
much.
lot of money. Come
Mm-hmm.
on, man. Nobody's out here got money to be given away and sitting in escrow that's occurring no interest.
Yep.
Come on. If I
Yep.
could have put that $20,000 to the stock market and the low index fund and grew it double within a year. I'm not double within a year, but it would have grew at least 8% over a year's time.
Mm-hmm.
So come on.
Yep.
Yeah.
The most amazing thing though is we about to be debt free.
That's a beautiful thing. That's why I'm so ecstatic though. And when we say debt free, we mean like debt free, literally debt free. Only thing we have to pay is a mortgage though.
Yeah, I mean, we have our mortgage for our primary home, and then we'll have, a car note or two.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from that, like, we'll be debt free. Now, that's what we're working on, is get out of car loan debts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that's another subject for another video, another day. But
Mm-hmm.
we want y'all to come along for that journey, because we are the real McCoys and we making moves happen. You know
Make a
what I'm
move.
saying?
Listen, don't look at it as you starting over again. Look at it as it's a lesson that you're learning from. Okay, learn from us stuff. We made a lot of mistakes, but we learn from our mistakes. Though anybody in business that tell you they have not made a mistake is false misinformation, false advertisement. Okay, because in business you're going to make mistakes. The key to business is learning from your mistakes. And that's what we're doing. Guess what though? We might make some more mistakes though, but we're
Yeah.
going to cross our T's and dot our I's and learn from mistakes though. And you have to surround yourself with people that's going in the same lane that you're going into also though. So that's why we're the real McCoys, and we definitely are moving forward. And we're pushing the culture forward by providing this vital information that nobody's talking about. I mean, nobody on the internet is talking about information we're giving you. Who's talking about the real estate deals that didn't go through, or the ones they lost? So everybody want to give you the fluff. Everybody want to be Instagram famous and Facebook rich. But it's a dog world out here. And we took 7 years to get to this level to where we are right now. And like me and my wife said, we about to be debt free. And it took some time though. It took some bumps in the road, but the main goal is tomorrow we're going to be happy. You might ask, what's the first thing we're going to do when we sell this property? I'll probably just go to dinner.
Yeah.
Go to dinner. Because we're comfortable. Like, we're comfortable, though. We're just positioning ourselves for bigger moves. Because right now, whether you like him as a president or not, I don't want to get too deep in depth in this, but you got to follow the money. And that's what we're doing right now, though. So stay tuned a couple months, though, for our next moves that we're going to make, and that we have some other moves in the pipeline. But for now, though, we're just happy that this deal is going to go through. May the mercy gods have mercy on us. But it's going to go through.
If there's something were to happen and this and that, I'm not even going to speak it. We're not even going to speak it. Like, it's happening tomorrow. So we can't wait to come back and like show y'all our excitement.
Yes.
When it like goes down.
And don't think we're not excited. It's just that it just drained us out of
we're being reserved.
Right.
We're being reserved because
last time we came on here, we was excited. Like, yo, we about to sell this house. Yes.
Yeah.
And 2 months later, we still ain't sell. So
yeah, these mofos is like Houdini. They just keep trying to pull tricks out their hat. And I'm like, yo. All right, y'all. So you got more to say?
I got a lot more to say, but you got to stay tuned.
Yeah. We're going to give y'all the whole story from beginning to end. We should have started documenting it in the beginning, but I'm telling y'all, we were just so frustrated that we just were trying to get through. And I think now it's a little easier for us to share the story now that we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
But it's just the dealing with the people that made this deal so difficult. But we're happy now.
Yeah, especially when we have great intentions and coming from a good place. So to have a difficult tenant and difficult buyer, a difficult real estate agent who's working with that buyer, I'm like, what is all of y'all on? Like, y'all just together just...
What did we learn from this deal at the end? Because we're almost at the end right now. We learned that we have to, look over your documents, and specifically one document that we need to look over. I'm glad you looked over it though. It's a settlement statement, right? And what's the other piece of information that you should give these people?
The learning, of course, like you said, it's the settlement statement, but also staying on top of the details, right? So making sure everyone has all the paperwork that's needed all the pictures, whatever it is, because every deal is different. Everything requires some different kind of attention.
Right.
But making sure you're keeping track of everything that you're doing. Because somebody will randomly say, "Hey, do you have that one piece of paper from like we asked for like 3 months ago?" And if you don't have it, it could slow things down. So
And dramatically, it could slow it down, and you might not get all the money that you're supposed to get though, because you're talking about real estate, talking about big deals, even if it's a small deal. Stay on top of your information though. Stay on top of your game. If you're a detailed person, like to keep notes and keep track, I'll suggest you do that though, because it makes the transaction more smooth though. Especially if the person, if the buyer is on the same page as you, they want to get the deal done quick. You don't want to be the person that's holding this deal up, because it's a transaction though.
all right, thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe, share this video. If you have any questions about real estate, buying, purchasing, selling, whatever it may be, holler at us and we'll be happy to answer. So please comment down below.
Thank you. Like, share, and follow. Peace.